just really hope your opponent took one stab at it and then hits nothing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a little too uncomfortable. So I don't hate a fold there, even with, you know, such a dry board. And obviously fives were ahead, we can see on the screen, but
You know,
it's an easy
they're
way
not
to
ahead. They're just dead, right?
Yeah.
John, Nico, not going to pass up on the ace-10 offsuit opportunity. And we've seen Hal get involved very frequently in marginal spots pre-flop. We consider this one another marginal spot. And he is going to get involved once again. Hao Chuang came here to fight. Jack, Jack, deuce, rainbow. Pretty dry flop. Not a whole lot going on for either player. They have a little bit of connection in the form of a backdoor straight draw each. Small bet from John. This coming in for the raise, 410,000.
Yeah, I was just wondering about that. I feel like sometimes on these really, as dry as it gets boards, you know, you have to find some more creative bluffs. Usually I like to include a backdoor flush draw when you make that choice, but I respect him going for it. Look at that.
Turns the gut shot. Will he keep firing? Don't try to fold out those leftover ace highs.
I think when you pick up equity, it's kind of the green light to fire.
Well, pocket eights having a tough time now. 760,000.
Really setting it up perfectly for that one SPR on the river.
John's really going to have to dig himself in if he wants to win this hand. Really has to think his opponent's getting super out of line. Does block ace-jack suited. Could be some consideration. There's only one combo of that remaining. Wow.
Oh, big call from Castellano.
SPR of 1 now. Can Hao Chuang hit a king, queen, or 10? And he does. Oh no, John rivering top pair with Hao Chuang rivering the nut straight. Oh boy.
That being said, though, Hao Chuang could think that Castellano is much stronger than just this 10 on the river, and Castellano, not believing him, at least on the turn, I would imagine, not really drawing to much, thinking that maybe ace high is good in this spot. Now facing a river possible jam, especially with nearly the best of it for Hao Chuang.
It's kind of tough for Nico to call, just because so many bluffs now have at least showdown value.
Yeah.
Right? Most of the bluffs are going to wrap around the jack or have some interaction, like the king, queen, queen 10, queen 9 suited, 10, 9, which all either have enough showdown value or are straight to potentially just check. So for Hao Chuang, like, how do you even find a bluff on this river?
Yeah. No, and I think he's obviously, with nearly the best of it, going to go for heavy value, I would imagine, but I don't think Castellano.
I think I just like block bet on the river. He has no bluffs, right? Like, I don't think any human's finding a bluff on this river, given the run out, or unless you're turning a 9 or a 10 into a bluff. So when you have very very few bluffs and a lot of value, because you got a bunch of Jack X, you typically do tend to size small.
My bet 1.8. 1.8.
1.8 million is the bet. Asking for a considerable chunk of John's stack. This could also be another consideration from him, betting the size. So when you do size your bets, there is something else going on besides like the theory of bet sizing, is that you're going to leave your opponent with 10 bigs. You're going to leave them as the shortest stack on the table or close to it. And so it just applies the maximum amount of pressure and really puts him into this, oh, what do I do here? John, 60 seconds left to think about this if he wants to invest his final time bank. Calls it off. He's going to get some incredibly bad news. Oh, he jams. Turning his hand into a bluff. I suppose trying to get a fold from a jack.
Yeah. I don't think. Wow.
Oh, gross spot for Hao Chung. Who bluffs this spot?
Not yet.
Only 1 mil to call into a pot that will be 8.6. Look at all these time banks going in.
I mean, I guess you got a 10 in your hand to block the
The jack
tens
10
vote.
and
Like,
the
yeah,
pocket 10s.
like that
That is a sick play from John Constantiniano, putting it all on the line. Look at Hao Chuang. Getting 1 to 9 with a nut straight. He says 10 jack.
2.8.
10.
How much?
2.8. 10.
Only 1 million to call. Look at him. This might be the sickest spot of his life. I did not know John Constantiniano was this sick. Oh my goodness. This might just work against a straight as well because you have no removal to his value range and you've got Jack X that plays this way. That makes a much better call. I'm just loving the sweat.
Wow, if this gets through, this will be iconic for John Castellano. You know, there's people in the chat going, it's so much less to call, but it's not about. If you just think they're never bluffing here, they just have it. You don't just want to throw away chips for no reason.
I've never seen a bluff in this spot. Who actually bluffs here? It's suicidal. Your opponent can just go, oh, it's 1 mil. Screw it. Man, I think there's like an above 40% chance that Hao is going to fold this. Your hand is just a terrible hero call, despite getting this incredible price. And out of all the hands that reach river, you have King Queen. Even if you bluff 10-9, that makes a better hero call in this spot. Right? So like some of your bluffs are better hero calls, and you're gonna have Ace Jack. I don't know how thin he's going with trips. He's also gonna have full houses. He's gonna have 9s, potentially 10s. Probably not though with the turn sizing. He's gonna have Jack 9. He's gonna have Jack 10 at some frequency.
You just
Folks, it was not an angle. He announced all in. You're allowed to put 1 chip in and then push the rest forward. He announced all in, so it's not an angle.
you can just feel Hao Chuang in his mind going, I'm just beat here, but how do I fold? Like, just trying to find any semblance of what he could be bluffing. Wow. He cannot make up a decision. He had a mountain of time banks. They are down to just 3. Everyone is gathered around the table. 30 minutes ago, nobody knows what they are holding.
This is the sickest hand I've ever commentated on. Of course, it's with John. Oh
Wow.
my goodness! How
And he
Chuang is
shows-
the fold!
John Castellano with the amazing bluff on the river.
That is insane. I've never seen somebody give their opponent 8-1 on a bluff on a final table with 1.2 million for first. John Nico Constantiniano came here to play. Hao Chuang with the fold. You can't even blame him for it. Oh my goodness.
For maximum drama, he shows the hand. The table cannot believe it. John Castellano with the hand that has pivoted his final table run. If he wins this tournament, this is where it started.